When street protests in 2011 forced Yemen's then President Ali Saad al-Salah from power, there were hopes that democracy might take root in the country. Instead, violence and chaos followed. In 2014, armed Houthi rebels took over the capital, plunging the country into civil war. The conflict is thought to have cost around 100,000 lives and messed more than 24 million people in need of aid. Mike Thompson hears about everyday life in Sana'a from the staff of the city's radio Yemen Times.
راديو Yemen Times 91.9.
مساء الفل، مساء الورد، مساء كل شيء جميل. السلام عليكم.
Despite civil war, a takeover by Houthi rebels and bombing by Saudi planes, Sana'a-based Radio Yemen Times has continued to broadcast its special mix of programs. Chief presenter Dara Samia.
طبعا هي الراديو بدأت وكإذاعة مجتمعية.
The radio station started at a time when we were the only one dealing with people's social issues. All the other stations were controlled by the government. The slogan for this radio station was, "Your voice is heard," because we wanted people to talk freely about their daily lives and express what they are going through.
How freely can people talk in Yemen? Because obviously we have a conflict going on in the country.
The main issues that people like to talk about are the salaries, peace initiatives, and politics. Though these are subjects that we try to avoid discussing on the radio, because it's risky to talk about the conflict, and we could get arrested for discussing foreign interventions. But it's not just that. We are a radio station that was aimed at fostering harmony and putting a smile on people's faces. So for that reason too, we avoid politics and try to talk about peaceful topics that bring people together.
Yet that's quite a challenge, given the harsh realities of life on Sana'a's often violent and crime-ridden streets. Dara's fellow presenter, Sina Halid.
As you know, we are suffering and living a devastating life. Everything is very expensive. And that is all due to petrol being at a very high price. And not everyone can afford to buy food. We don't have electricity. It doesn't exist anymore. People depend on solar panels, and that's also only for people who can afford it.
I'm told that there is at least less bombing than before, though Dr. Al-Samia, who lectures at the city's university, says she's no idea how local medical services will cope if that changes.
Hospitals don't have the capacity to treat everybody. Many people are diagnosed with cholera, but doctors don't have the medicine to treat them with. Plus, there aren't enough doctors. Most have left the country. Many of the doctors who've stayed don't get their salaries anymore. They often fall ill with the same conditions as their patients and end up dying like everyone else.
The numbers of people being kidnapped now is very high because there is no security in Yemen. Women and children in particular are in great danger. Also, most people can't afford to go out now, so people mainly stay at home.
على راديو يمن تايمز 91.9. سلام الغياب يا وجدان. سلامات ألف سلامة عليك يا وجدان.
Yemen Times Radio runs several phone-in programs to help keep in touch with as many as possible of the nearly 4 million people in this Yemen's largest city. Many calls come from students who've given up their studies and joined the army, often due to fears that they'll never find jobs, given the country's perpetual state of chaos.
When a student chooses to put down their pen and pick up a weapon, it's very, very worrying. It means that we are heading into the future as an uneducated nation. People won't be able to read or write. They will only be skilled in using weapons. And this concerns me greatly.
But Daris, who's blind, refuses to be downhearted. He points out that the civil war has brought out the best as well as worst in many people. However bad things get, it seems Darez and his colleagues have no intention of giving up or allowing their listeners to either.
فلما المذيع يبتسم الجمهور صدقيني يبتسم.
When the presenter is smiling, the audience smile with them. By smiling, we give people energy and let them escape from the world and the world they are living in.
Mike Thompson reporting. One main